pretty normal, honestly. I'm kind of surprised that Timeless didn't opt for the Venture Genji comp because I feel like the Venture Genji can get a lot of value on this point in particular. Because you can play for these quick engages, you could probably path through here and then look for an early engage, stuff like that. You can get like your Genji set up here, pretty decent, and there's not a lot of spots for the Pharah to play that can really abuse the high ground capabilities. The only real spot that they can stage from is this high ground, or just with team. But at that point, it's like you know where she's coming from. But we roll out with the mirror. So I think in terms of this mirror, I think I give NRG Shock the edge. And they end up winning this map because it goes to one more. So let's see how quickly they end up doing it. Lots of poke on Infected to start with. Both teams rotating, trying to keep their distance to start with. Boop used from Scissors. Both teams poking. PGE swings a bit wide, almost gets caught. Infected goes to the objective. That should not be Infected's job. Yeah, this is really bad. This is really, really bad, I think. I think this needs to be Rack or Cal. The reason for this being that if... Honestly, Scissors could do it too. Like Scissors drops down here, maybe plays like right here and touches the objective. Because Infected's on point, everyone on Timeless can look to just walk. Because it's really, really hard, especially since these people, the default play whenever there's an engage is to pull. So these guys tried to pull away from them. But because they pulled away from the stairs over here, Infected has no way of reaching his team and regrouping. So he just kind of has to sit on the objective. And because of that, they just end up losing. And Ariel's able to get a free engage. And Timeless should win this. Yeah, because you see the rotation. Infected can't really help his team. Just tries to cap the point. The fact that Rack is able to kill Seeker is kind of insane. But like they don't even get flip here. Honestly, the disengage from Shock, it was really, really good. The fact that they were able to trade Seeker for Scissors was like more ideal than you could have hoped for. Yeah, Ariel goes for another engage. They actually get the flip this time, but it's gonna be really hard to sustain this, I think. They actually miss the pin, but they're still able to get PGE. Infected's just not been in this fight the entire time. Looks to stall the objective. Yeah. Infected can't be the person going to the objective. Like, that's just not how you want to play that. And because you had so many like longer engages, and because you were able to play so much more aggressively, Zero's actually built the ult. Scissors is nowhere close. They've got Kitsune way ahead of Cal. And then everything else is... PGE is ahead on Noon, so that's good. But, like, they had... The fact that they've got Barrage here is insane. The fact that they've got Kitsune here is insane. So, like, any kind of walkthrough here, like, if they try to walk through this door, if they try to walk through this door, you can have the Pharah set up in a position to barrage them as they're walking through, or you can hit them with a Kitsune as they're trying to walk out either of these doors. Like, you're in a really, really good spot if you're Timeless. Rotate right. Infected looks to meet with his team. Not able to punish any initial rotation. Both teams mirror Kitsune. Infected goes down. How does Infected go down? Oh, he just takes a couple directs and then gets shredded. They're not able to flip. Yeah. I think it comes down to ult advantage there. Like, realistically, also, you probably didn't need to use the cage, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad usage of cage. You're not assuming that infected's going to go down that quickly. So the investment, I think, overall is fine.
Next flashpoint, junkyard.
All right. But now ult advantage significantly in the hands of NRG. Let's see what they do with it. Timeless goes aggressive. Good play. Good play from Timeless. Going aggressive here, like as they're rotating in, normally you don't really want to force fights to happen before the point's unlocked. But I think I really like this one because if you just accept the neutral engage, just fighting where you normally fight, you lose because you know you have an ult disadvantage. So going aggressive here with the barrage play is really, really solid. Plus, you're catching them in rotation. It's a pretty decent surprise. Waga goes in, beautifully timed with Zira and Aerial. The fact that Scissors use barrage is sketchy. But they should be able to get the first flip off of this. Granted, I don't know if the percentage they're gonna get is worth the 2 ults, but we'll have to see. They actually put 2 on point to cap quicker. Good shout. All right, how much percentage can they get for winning this first fight? Because they've traded 2 ults for this. They need to get a lot of value here. PGE, good. Noon zones a lot of space. Then they use cage. They Noon in response. Zero gets caught in the cage, and then they're just able to kill everyone. Yeah, I think they try to use Noon to peel the cage. It's just not enough. So so that first fight traded. So you traded Beat and Barrage for 42%. I think that's all right. And it's not the best, obviously. Like you could obviously hope for more, but I don't think it's horrible. And you lost to this combination of Cage plus Noon, so like it's not the end of the world. But I don't think it's ideal, honestly. I think, meh. I think it's better than nothing. Because if they take the first fight on the neutral, they just lose because they're at an ult disadvantage and they don't have cage. So trying to roll the dice on that first fight is not good. So considering their ult economy, I think that was probably the best play they could make. But now Scissors has what the fuck? Scissors has another barrage because you farmed it off that cage, and then Rack Attack saved Beat. You're in a pretty good spot if you're NRG, honestly. You should win this point. You can draw out the length of this fight a bit more. You basically only have to contend with a Kitsune. Go aggressive with Beats. Able to catch the Kiri. Are you able to stop the flip? No, you're not. It doesn't matter. So let's look at that actual engage. So they go aggressive here with the Beat. I wonder if they thought they were at an ult disadvantage. Probably not. But still. So they probably tracked that they were at least close to Kiri ult because their primary target was the Kiri. So they just inted with Beat to try to kill the Kiriko. Good. And then taking the fight out here. 1 surprise, 2 really good staging spots. So I think the overall idea and the plan is really, really good there. And the boop kills also help. Admiral does kill Rack, but because Zira ends up getting staggered because they flipped, not the end of the world. So you end up winning that fight with just beat. Now you're coming in. Now you know they have Kitsune. You need to win this fight with just Barrage. Or play slow and build your own Kitsune. One or the other. Good rotation from Timeless. NRG tries to make this little cute play where they go around and try to catch your backline, but Timeless had already sent people this way, and then they already rotated through, so all of these people are already set up, and now NRG are kind of caught with their pants down. Oops. Still shit on the screen. My bad. Yeah. So they use Kitsune, you match. Ah. How does Infected get caught? What how does he take so much damage? Pins in. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think he can't slam like that. He gets caught on this edge right here. So, but I think that regardless, if he had like slammed right here or just stopped his pin on this corner here, that's a lot better because you're still able to contest the objective and you don't have this giant animation where you're just standing still and taking infinite damage. And then with the Kitsune, you just get poked and lose. Tragic. Do they invest any more into this? They're down 2. This is really winnable, actually. They should invest. They don't need to invest. Good clutch. That was really good. How'd they manage that? Infected dies. They mirror the Kitsune, which is really good. What's happening here? So, Scissors has isolated Admiral. Really, really good. PGE has hit a good flashbang on Seeker. Prevents him from moving. Is able to do a shit ton of damage to him. Eventually kills him. And then Scissors kills Admiral. Aerial trait PGE dies. Rack's able to live, able to kill Zira. Yeah, really good from NRG. Looks solid. Where's the next point?
Next flashpoint, the ducks.
Alright, we go into the ducts. Fuck this point, by the way. This point fucking sucks. I hate it. Anyway. So they take NRG takes space first. Let's look at the ult economy. You've got double DPS ults, which is solid, but they're running into Cage Barrage plus Beat. Timeless definitely has the advantage, but if Rack can get his Beat online when they want to push with this, they definitely have some counterplay options. Between Noon and Barrage, they might be able to actually sustain and get kills through this. But I think these guys need to do something before Rack gets beat. Also, how the hell am I constantly selecting the highlighter?
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Alright. They go for the split push. They send the Pharah up here and everyone else through here. Pharah can get a good angle for Barrage. Aerial can charge in, drop the cage, and Zira's already in a really good spot that's on an off angle. They're not ready for. They use Noon. Ooh, that's a juicy Barrage. Good Suzu from Cal, but doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's really good timing from Timeless. They did it before Iraq was able to get beat up. Going into this fight, though, let's take another look at the alt economy. Timeless has Noon. They've got Beat, but NRG's got Barrage and Beat, and they're also coming up on Cage. If Seeker's able to force out Rack's Beat without Admiral having to use Beat, that might end up winning them this point. But it will depend. NRG looks like they're setting up something very similar to what Timeless were doing in the beginning. And they've created this distance really good from Timeless. So they've created this distance between them, making it so that all of these people, in order to do something to anyone over here, I'm changing colors. This map is so blue. They've created this distance between them. So if any of these people want to actually engage, they have to cross this distance, which, like, these people can poke, these people can poke. Everyone just pokes so much as they're trying to cross that you can probably get some decent kills, or at least force a lot of cooldowns and stuff. Plus, you've got High Noon to work with. You want to keep as much distance as possible when you're using that Noon. So you can probably pop it as they look to engage, and then Suzu Seeker so he doesn't get pinned out. We'll see. Yep, there's the Noon. And in fact, it just goes down. Yeah, really, really good positioning and really good read from Timeless. Very well played. In that position, they probably just have to beat engage, and they don't want to do that because they want to be able to use it to sustain in the cage and stuff. So, are they able to touch? Do they want to fight this? It's only 10%. In fact, it's going for it. They beat engage. I don't like that beat. I'll be so honest. I don't like that beat. Not one bit. It allows these people to cross for free. But still, like, your Maga didn't need it. Arguably, like, your Cass is up here, doesn't even get it to begin with. So your Pharah, who can cross this distance really, really quickly, and your Kiriko, who has a teleport ability, and your Lucio, who has speed boost and wall ride. I think those were the three people that needed beat to cross this distance the least. So I'm really not a fan of that beat, and it allows Admiral to just layer on top of it. And Admiral's is way better. So now that they're actually fighting, Scissors goes for the barrage on Seeker, ends up working, but the Kyriel, they had to use a lot, no? So in that fight, they had to use 4. So you've used Cage to win, you used Beat, so Beats were traded. Kyriel's were traded. They used Cage, but they didn't use Cage, and then you used Barrage. So you cage Barrage and then match the portals. That's actually not horrible, to be honest. Like, obviously, I don't think I don't think the beat was necessary for one. Which then probably means that you don't trade these, or you don't trade these, one or the other. Because if you end up using beat later, you might not need to use Kitsune. Ends up being pretty shit for NRG though, because now they've got to walk into a cage barrage with no ults, or they just have a High Noon to try to deal with it. That's gonna be rough. If Scissors can hit a lot of shots and then build up a barrage, it's maybe winnable. But until then, or without that, it's going to be really tough for NRG to pull this out. Are they going to give space? Yep, PG. Okay, thank you. Given space. Yep, this is good. Draining time down. This is now last fight. Regardless, so pretty decent. Scissors actually done a decent job. He's up to 60. PG's at 80, but these two are still really, really close. So I think it's going to be tough to try to win this. Admiral goes to touch the objective. Good. Rack Attack goes to meet. Zira actually goes to pressure the objective as well. Now, the entirety of Timeless is going to go down and look to pressure. PG's got the Noon. Speeds into the Noon. Very nice. Good play. So instead of staying outside the cage and trying to break it, they actually speed him in and then kill him. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent. PG goes down for it. Scissors does have ult, but he's 1 HP. Does he die? Good barrage. Good job playing your life. Are they able to clean this up? They should be able to. Yep. Very nice. Very, very nice. Winning for one, good play with the PGE. Noon, able to speed in, kill the Maga. For one, very good. And then two, really good on Scissors for one, staying alive, and two, being able to build up the barrage. Just allowed them to win. And the fact that you were able to win with double DPS ults versus Cage Barrage, like, you take that every single day of the week. Really, really good from NRG.
Next, flashpoint, refinery.
This map also sucks, to be honest. We'll see, though. Alright. So, they want to take main. Potentially go into the yellow room. Alright, so they're rolling out yellow. Now, real quick, let's look at ult economy. We've got the double support ults versus Noon double support ults. And then you're eventually going to come up on Cage as well. So, let's see. They're probably going to go for a Noon play here, make some space. Yep, there we go. Ariel's already half HP. They force Suzu. Rack. What happened, buddy? Where's Rack? Ooh, okay. Second time I've harassed Rack Attack for dying to High Noon, and that's the second time he's just been booped out of position. So, I need to put more respect on this guy. Or these guys need to stop being so good at booping people. Seeker kills 2. Infected's just looking to trade because he knows his fight's lost. Cal kills Seeker. Doesn't really matter though. Yeah, unfortunate. Alright, coming into this fight, though, they've got Cage, double support ult versus double support ult Barrage. I think NRG are in a position to win here. So how this is probably going to end up going, I have not seen this map, so I have no idea how it actually goes. What probably is going to end up happening is they're going to look for a Cage play here. And when they do that, they're probably... This person's going to Kitsune. They're going to match Kitsune. And then one of these two people are going to beat, and then they're going to match. So then so NRG is going to cap. Then they're going to have to go up against Barrage. And I think once NRG caps, they're probably going to try to drain time as much as possible and make it as close to last fight as they can. And then by that time, Ariel's going to have Cage, and we're going to be in a situation very similar to Ducts, where they have double DPS ults, and they're going up against a Cage Barrage or something of the sort, or maybe a Cage Noon or something like that. Skip ahead real quick. Alright. So, ooh. It's a bit of a miscommunication here. Let's go back. So they both mirror Kitsune's to start with. Kitsune 1, Kitsune 2. Both of these are fine. This cage is super sketch. Don't know what the plan was here. Because you're definitely not catching this guy, and there's no one else that you can really be catching. Might just be defensive, but you're full HP, so I don't really know what the fuck that's about. So maybe it's like a fat finger or something. But we cage, doesn't catch anyone. After this cage comes out, the fact that Admiral uses beat is insane. Like, there's no reason for Admiral to use beat here. Which just gives NRG, like, that's the best case scenario for you. You play in the cage for a bit, wait for it to break. Infected actually looks to kite, like the kite out here. Why am I on lines? Infected looks to kite out here, but a rack attack beats in response. So need a bit better communication between my Lucier and my tank player. Just to like combo that a bit better. Granted, Infected might have wanted to back up anyway because he was so low. So either way, I think this is a benefit. This is better for NRG. PGE uses new. They're able to kill Aerial. But Timeless have stalled long enough so that if they cap this again, they can't recontest. So it's even worse than I originally predicted. So they've got a barrage, and they have to deal with Cage High Noon barrage. This is gonna be interesting. How do they do this? So Scissors is hiding in this corner. Are they gonna do this? Seekers 1, good poke. Are they gonna? Is Scissors gonna be able to catch anyone with this? Oh no! Fucking Zera cleared him. Yeah, NRG lose this probably. Yep, they do. All right. I don't hate the play. I think it's risky. I definitely think that you could have instead of clamping in this corner, you probably could have played a bit deeper and then waited for your team to call it, and then you peek out and then you go for your barrage. But I definitely think that going for a really early barrage is the only play you can really go for because you only have barrage and you're going into cage high noon barrage. Either way, like you're just you're a bit fucked either way. So Thomas cap this. There's no way for NRG to recontest. Let's go to next point. So NRG take point presence first. This is a bit weird to start with. Go here. Aerially rotates right side while everyone on NRG tries to kill these people on the left. This is really, really split from Timeless. Seeker noons to try to catch people from behind. Cal TPs. So I think this is a bit of a toss from Timeless, honestly. For one, splitting like this is really, really rough. For two, Ariel actually cancels his pin here. If he doesn't cancel his pin, he might actually have been able to pin and kill Rack. Maybe he doesn't win you the fight, but it would have provided a bit more potential. But Ariel just dies in his own cage. Like, in terms of ults, these two were used really bad. Seekers, I think, was fine. But this cage is bad. The barrage that happened over here is bad. Like, I think this is just toss from Timeless, unfortunately. But now NRG are coming in with the biggest ult bank you could possibly ask for. Like, your Kitsune's a bit slow, but everything else is online, and all you have to deal with is double support ult. Definitely not complaining if you're NRG. And you already have point presence, so like this is a pretty gimme point, to be honest. They catch Aerial, they use Beat, Kitsune, able to kill Aerial through it. So yeah, even through double support ult, they're not able to keep Aerial alive. So the default play here that they're going for is they're Kitsuneing the cage very deep. Like, that's just what they go for. I think that's totally fine. They use the sound barrier on top of it. I don't like it to be like, I don't like layering support ults normally, but against the barrage, it's kind of the only play that you can go for. And you need to win this fight, because if you don't, you're in last fight territory. So I don't think that I don't think that investing both of these is bad. It just, like, they have so many ults. You can't. They cage barrage, they match both of your support ults. Or they match your beat. They don't use Kitsune because they don't have it. And then they also high noon. It's like super, super hard to win that. In fact, it goes down, but they stagger the Kiri. Oh, no. Damn. They tried it even further. So they go Genji Tracer just a touch. Like, they still have a Kitsune too. It's like, this is rough for Timeless. Really, really hard to do anything here. Aerial's gonna go for the touch. 1 HP, goes down. Yeah, it's over. GG's. Well play from NRG. Bit of a toss from Timeless, honestly, there at the end. At the beginning of this point, they kind of threw it all away. Alright.